Hi, hello, welcome. My name is Sabrina. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my end of year reading tag. This is going to be a mix of audiobooks, regular books, and maybe a video game or two. Hopefully, maybe, who knows. So, I have a lot to go through, so I'm going to start. First up, audiobooks. Let's start with that. I'm ignoring the pile of books. First off, right now I am listening to the 5th Harry Potter book on audiobook. It's a really nice read. I've also forgotten how much I absolutely hate Umbridge, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people can attest to because she is
the world.
And then on top of that, I am also listening to Neverwhere by Neil
Gamer.
Gaiman. And then, of course, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil
Gamer.
Gaiman. I love that book so much. So I have those 3 audiobooks I'm trying to listen through, hopefully get through at the end of the year. I'm pretty sure I will. I already finished one of the other books I was going to talk about, With the Fire on High, which I really enjoyed. Not quite my cup of tea, but you know, I enjoyed it. So, it's good writing. I listened to that one on audiobook. Next up, let's get into my physical copy books. First up right now, I am reading The Forest City Killer by Vanessa Brown. This is an arc. This came out October 4th in 2019, this year, so if this sounds interesting, basically it's about a serial killer who stalked London, Ontario 50 years ago. And then it talks about the homicide detective who didn't stop searching until he died 40 years later. Yeah, no, it's a true crime. I like true crimes. It sounded really interesting. I really enjoy it so far. I'm only a third of the way through. It has some chocolate on there from Halloween. Sorry. But next, after that, I have The Keeper by Jessica Moore. This one is another arc. This one's due out on March 24th, 2020. This is about the murder of a woman whose body is pulled from the local suicide spot. And so the police write it off as a standard, suicide. But she works with a domestic violence shelter, and the women there are honestly under the assumption that it is a murder, and until the detective and his partner, or his team, find evidence that shows them that it wasn't just a suicide, they suddenly believe the women at the abuse shelter. So, yay! I really hope. Anyway, back to books. I'm interested in this book. It sounds fun. I'm super excited to read it. Hopefully I can tell you guys a little bit more once I finished it, so who knows. Next up, I have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm a little excited about this. I'm also a little leery about it, I guess you could say. I've read a few people talk about some things that happened in this book that I didn't want to know about, and hopefully it's not as bad as I want it to, as people have been saying it is. So I really like Leigh Bardugo's Six of Crows duology. The Grishaverse is super fun, and I love reading it. So hopefully I like this one. Who knows? I don't. Next up, we have probably the biggest book on my list that I'm hoping to finish before the end of the year, The Priory of the Orange Tree. I have been super excited to read this one. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I was able to find it in a used bookstore for actually a really good price, considering the fact that it is like 30 some odd dollars. I got it for half the price. So, but yeah, it's a really thick book. So hopefully I just have a few days where I can sit down and do nothing but read. Hopefully. But yeah, so. Woo! Books. Next up after that, I have The Serpent and the Dove by Shelby. I'm not even gonna bother because I'm bad at talking about last names. This has been on my reading list for a while. I'm super excited to have a copy. It's very shiny. Very shiny. But yeah, so I'm super excited to have this copy and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next up, A Wicked Magic. This one comes out July 2020. This is by Sasha Laurens. I saw the cover. It has a cat on it. I'm a sucker for cats. I really enjoy cats. But yeah, it's about magic, teenagers doing magic and not realizing the consequences of doing magic. So I'm excited for it. I really enjoy the concept of it, and I'm looking forward to it. After that, we have Princesses Behaving Badly. I picked this up from my local bookseller, and it just looked really interesting. It's real stories from history about without the fairy tale endings. It's interesting, it's fun, it's about real life princesses who don't have, and they all lived happily ever after endings, and I'm super excited for it. So, also the cover, please just look at this cover. It's really pretty. I really enjoy it. Please. Next up, I think I only have 2 more books. I have a Sky Painted Gold by Laura Wood. This is another ARC. It comes out June 2020. It's kind of 1920-ish in the settings, which I'm super excited for. I really enjoy. They're calling it a Gatsby-esque type book, or a Gatsby-esque setting, which I'm super excited for because I really enjoy The Great Gatsby, both the book and the most recent movie with DiCaprio. I'm super excited for this one. I'm hoping it's good. If I don't like it, well, shoot. Finally, the last one on my list is one I just saw and I'm like, it sounds interesting. The Kinder Poison by Natalie May. This one comes out June 2020 as well. It's basically a death-defying race, which I enjoy, just stories about races in general. This is like Around the World in 80 Days, but deadlier. It follows a stable girl as I don't know how to describe it without reading the entire back of the book, which I don't know if you guys actually want me to do. So games I'm trying to finish up real quickly, just as like a throw in there. I'd like to finish Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It's super fun and I really enjoy it. And I have a lot of like fond memories of as playing it as a kid. So I've been enjoying it. I'm about not even a third of the way through. I'm like a quarter of the way through. And it's super fun. I should be able to finish up that within a while. I have a few sewing projects I need to finish up. But again, the books are my main priority. But yeah, so anyway, those are all the books and the single video game that I'm hoping to finish up by the year's end. If I finish any of these books, I hope you guys look forward to an in-depth look into the book where I talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and that sort of thing. Some of these, like the ones that don't come out until next year, I will film them. I will probably film them, talk about them, and then release them closer to their release date, or at least release the videos closer to their release date. I don't really want to spoil people for some of these books, because I know for a fact that some people get very upset about spoilers. Very, very upset. Let's see. I think the only other thing I'm excited for is, I got all 8 Harry Potter movies on Blu-ray, so I can finally watch them instead of trying to pirate them. You didn't hear me say that. But I also got a new cookbook. It's the Skyrim cookbook. I'm super excited for it. It has some really good recipes in here. It also has sweet rolls. I love a good sweet roll. But no, I'm excited. This was my birthday gift to me. So I'm super excited for it, and just looking forward to it. But yeah, so thanks for coming along with my whirlwind tour of the last of my books for 2019. I hopefully, I will see you all in my next video. I don't think anybody is going to watch this, but who freaking knows? I could be sorely mistaken. Wow, I feel really tall when I do this. But anyway, yeah, so, bye!